Is this heaven?
No, it's a podcast. Welcome to the Field of Geeks podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 176 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Steve.
I'm Bill.
How's it going, guys?
Outstanding.
Fantastic.
Loving this fall weather.
Yes, finally it's
I've
cooling
had my
down.
windows open all week, and it's been freezing in here, and I love it because I feel like I'm camping.
Yes,
That's the best.
you got the smells in the air of the people burning leaves or making pumpkin pies.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's all kind of the same.
I've had a couple fire pits already.
Nice.
Excellent.
Oh, cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, fall's my favorite time of year, so I'm really I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for it.
I have to find it funny because obviously I Googled how long fall is technically supposed to be, and it's supposed to end December 21st, and obviously that's not based on anyone who's ever lived in Iowa. 'Cause
Yeah,
our fall is like 2 weeks, and then it's just winter, and we're miserable until it's hot as balls.
March 2nd.
Exactly.
Yeah. The Iowa way. Quickly, before we get into our show here, want to remind everyone out there to please check out Star Trek Mission Report. All three of us did an episode about Star Trek 4 at 35. It was a great show, and very proud of it. And a lot of listens, looks like, so that's great. We'll have to definitely keep up with doing some more Star Trek. There's a lot more news to report about, so we'll have to get together soon and do that again, guys.
Yeah, definitely. That was fun.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, the entertainment world, and of us of course lost many talented people, but two to just kind of focus on right now. Norm Macdonald, that was a huge shock. I never knew he was sick. I guess he was sick for a great number of years and just was very private about it, so that's something to appreciate. I think he didn't want to really showcase his illness, I guess, But yeah, very talented guy.
I don't think he wanted the world to remember him like that either. I think he wanted them to remember him for the great laughs that he brought. And it's just such a tragic loss way too early.
It is. Yeah. I hope to have seen him in more things, but I mean, he had a hell of a career and great talk show guest. I mean, yeah, he went off the rails all the time, but it was a lot of genius bits there looking back, his Letterman stuff and Conan, a lot of cool stuff. Funny guy, Dirty Work. Love that film. It's so funny. Yes. There's so many parts to think, of him with, and he did other films, of course, but yeah, super talented. Enjoyed seeing him show up in Adam Sandler films.
So, yeah, I mean, I've watched him growing up quite a bit, and I loved him on SNL on Weekend Update. He's just he's brutal, I guess is a good word for it.
Says OJ.
Oh my gosh, I mean, just a complete assassination. It was awesome.
Murder is legal in California.
Right, exactly. There was a podcast with Chris Hardwick that he was on where it was almost a little cryptic. I don't know if you guys heard about this. But,
no.
He was talking about, somehow the subject came up of someone being sick or something like that. And he's like, if he said to Chris Hardwick, he goes, I could have something right now and you wouldn't even know it.
Wow.
And, this was in the last few years. And so, yeah, it was just one of those weird things. I heard that clip on the Howard Stern show, but yeah, the guy was just a legend, man. It's a big loss.
Turd Ferguson was always my favorite. I loved the SNL clips he did with Celebrity Jeopardy as Burt Reynolds.
Oh my God, yeah. He stole that anniversary show. That was so genius. It was funny. It's a hat.
Billy Madison, of course, he was in there. Adam Sandler always kind of poked fun at him in his movies once in a while. I forget which movie it was where he was like, Norm Macdonald still wishes he had his own sitcom or something like that. I can't remember which one that was. I think it was like, it might have been like European Gigolo or something like that. But
yeah,
man, just like all the big comedy guys from my childhood, from SNL specifically, are almost gone.
Yeah.
We have Adam Sandler, but he doesn't really do anything with his comedy anymore.
Right. I appreciate him employing, veterans of that show and, other things. That's
absolutely. That's
one of the best perks he brings to the table.
Definitely. But, you look at the kind of the Brat Pack, I guess is what they were kind of called back in the day. And we've lost so many greats from that. Like,
for sure.
I just know he's doing stand up in the pearly gates with Chris Farley right now, and he's loving every minute of it.
That's great.
Back again, Burt Reynolds in a commanding lead with $14.
Hey, check out the podium. Look at this.
Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
That's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name. Great.
Anyway,
thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, he was so good at Burt Reynolds. It was just the gum chewing, and it wasn't exact, but it was close enough to get the laugh, and you knew. But yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah.
He used absurdity really well, and that's one of my favorite forms of comedy is absurdist humor, and the impression isn't meant to be dead on. It was meant to be an absurd look at Burt Reynolds, and just hilarious.
Yes, he will be missed. Another actor to talk about, Michael K. Williams. This guy, he has. I never really knew of him too well. I guess he was very big on the show The Wire, which I've not seen, and I would like to see it now especially, but he's always popped up in movies, I've seen, and really admired him and was intrigued because he had this great presence, but he also had this giant scar down his face, and I always wondered, like, what happened there, and so, he actually got it from a bar fight, and it wasn't even him starting it, but it turned out to really help his career. He got a lot of parts from the scar, because he looked menacing and stuff. And he had a great career. The Wire, Boardwalk Empire, 12 Years a Slave. He was going to be the villain in Solo, a Star Wars story, but due to the reshoots, he couldn't. His schedule was too busy to come back. So he actually did shoot his stuff. It was all motion capture, and he did play Dryden Voss, which was the villain Paul Bettany took over, but in human form in the final product. So maybe someday we'll get that Lord and Miller, the original directors. Maybe we'll get their cut. I mean, it's going to be like long time from now, and probably a bootlegged version. But I did like Solo. I'm intrigued to see though, if this thing was really bad, like they say, But yeah, that would have been, he was proud of his performance with that character. And so, yeah, that would have been something really huge for him. Would have loved to have seen his take on it. But yeah, any memories you guys have, if you knew of him, seen him?
12 Years a Slave was a big one for me. That was just a phenomenal movie, and he did a great job in that.
I need to see that.
I'm hoping that maybe there's some archive footage or something like that they can put together on Disney Plus and show kind of his performances in Solo, because I'd really love to see that.
Yeah, the image is out there, I think, of what the character was going to look like, and I do think that was really a cool thing, because it's like Solo's always dealing with these giant alien figures like, Jabba the Hutt, and so this was kind of a missed opportunity, even though I thought Paul Bettany did a good job, but really more interested in this alternate version, if you will. Moving on to reviews and recommendations. I'm going to recommend a show my wife and I started watching, I don't know how many weeks ago it was, but Only Murders in the Building. This is a Hulu show. It stars Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez, and it's a murder mystery show. So the premise is a murder happens in a building all these cast of characters live in. Martin is a veteran crime television actor, I believe. Short plays a washed-up playwright, and Gomez is like a young girl with a shady past with the building, I guess. And they, of course, all bond over their love of this particular crime podcast. And so they start their own, basically. It's a 6-episode run. that's still going. I don't know how many episodes we're in right now, but it has been renewed for season 2. Very great show. Steve, I know you've seen it as well.
Yeah, so I've seen the first 3 episodes, and my wife and I love it to death. I mean, it's hilarious. Usually what I hate about any good TV is that, if it's an hour-long show, it feels like it's a 10-minute show. And if it's a half-hour show, it feels like it's a 5-minute show. But
right.
The first episode felt like an hour, and it was only, 33 minutes or something. But it wasn't in a bad way. It was, it's, Steve Martin helped. He was a co-creator for it, and he's just insanely brilliant. And,
yes.
Just even a lot of the subtle humor in it. And it's a lot of fun. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, for sure. It's really worth your time. And we love it. It's really, they're quick episodes. Reminds me of like Schitt's Creek, how my wife and I watched like all of those, binged them. But yeah, they're really good episodes. Very clever, written well, great cast. And, it just keeps you coming back for more. It's a weekly show, I'm starting to like those a lot more now, coming off the binge wagon. It's kind of nice to have those water cooler moments, especially if you know someone else watching the show, have your own theories, what's happening and so on. But yeah, very good show.
I think the biggest thing that draws it to me, I haven't seen it yet, but I love watching Steve Martin and Martin Short work together.
Yeah, it's so fun.
They're great.
They're like Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah,
it's just a match made in heaven.
I never imagined this. Like they first, I think, worked together in Three Amigos, and then years later they started up doing. They were friends, and they did Father the Bride 1 and 2 together, and I guess some other films. But yeah, they started doing these stand-up shows together, or however you call them. They're not, I don't know, just like a night out with both of them. And they got a real good rapport, and they're very friendly and stuff. So that's nice that they have a project like this that's back in the limelight, because, they're really great talents. And yeah, I'm thrilled it's getting a season 2. That's fantastic. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Not too happy with What If. Feels like Marvel's blue-balling us a little bit, but I mean,
it's got its moments. Thor,
the god of parties. Woo.
Yeah.
I want to feel some real consequences. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like, you're in trouble.
The end of that episode, and I was like, wait, no, I want to see that, and then I cut it off. But
yeah.
anyway.
I will say the cliffhangers are very good. Like, what is that about? Are we gonna get back to this, or are we just gonna move on? I don't know, Steve. Have you seen any of the What Ifs?
I haven't yet. I've heard mixed reviews, so I'm kind of just waiting. And when I'm done watching everything else I'm watching, I'll dive into it.
I mean, they're pretty. Overall, it's decent. It's not like fantastic or anything. I love the animation. I know some people have taken shots at it, like it's cheapness, but I don't know. It's a different type of animation. I don't know if it's like very computer heavy generated, but I do like it. And yeah, some episodes, even like this latest one, there were some things that were cool, but the writing was kind of just, it turned into kind of like a kid's version of like Risky Business or something, he made a mess of things, and now mommy's gonna find out and he's gonna be in trouble, things like that. So not giving too much away, but I mean, Chris Hemsworth
seems very like
he voiced him, and he brought it, he brought it. But yeah, they're making, it's kind of like Ragnarok. Steve, I know you didn't like Ragnarok too much, I believe, right?
At first I didn't. When I rewatched it a few times, I lightened up, but I just I don't know, man. It's the Marvel humor verse is what I call it anymore. So.
Right. Yeah, Ragnarok, kind of dumbed Thor down a little bit, and that's kind of what they did with this What If episode. They just kind of, he's a character you laugh at more than, I mean, I guess the first Thor you did laugh at him too, but he also kicked some ass and would have your back, in a battle, let's say, or something like that. But yeah, What Ifs are basically hits and misses, and maybe they were that way in the comics. I'm not sure.
The series on Disney Plus seems a little bit more like fan fiction to me.
Right.
I mean, it's not too bad, but I take everything that I see on, with the MCU, if this is even part of it, with a grain of salt, because they always seem to tie it together and explain, 50 properties later why this was important.
Right, like it was an acid trip or something.
Yeah, exactly. So Star Wars Visions is on Disney Plus, and if you're a fan of Japanese animation, it's a little more like I would say it's like to Star Wars what the Animatrix was to the Matrix.
That's cool.
Oh, nice
franchise. It's not really. There's not any like huge consequences to the continuity or anything like that, but it does have some really unique art styles to it. It's definitely worth looking at if you're a fan of Star Wars.
Nice. I didn't even know that was
That's
out.
Awesome.
I knew it was coming, but I like the concept.
Things. I haven't seen it yet.
I think it's like 6 episodes, 9 episodes, something like that. I don't know.
Nice.
Maybe I just always associate 6 with 9. I don't know why.
That's cool. I also like the other Star Wars show, which the name escapes me, but it's the clones that all have their own personality.
The Bad Batch.
Yes, that's really cool. I like that.
I watched a couple episodes of that. I got into it, but then I was like, I have other stuff to do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it is really worth looking at, I think.
I really I thought that was really a cool idea, concept, and maybe they'll adapt it to live action. Maybe even one of the series they have. That would be pretty damn cool, I think. Yeah. Good shit, man.
The only thing sure about the Star Wars universe is nothing is for sure.
Yes.
So you never know.
Yes, that is true. Moving on to movies, The Batman. Just mentioning this, it is coming March 4th, 2022, and it will be streaming on HBO Max, 45 days after the theatrical release. So yeah, very excited. That's coming, very quick here. Stars Robert Pattinson, Colin Farrell, Zoe Kravitz, Jeffrey Wright. It's fantastic cast. This past Batman Day, which happy Batman Day, everybody. Okay, if that's a thing, I don't know. But good thing about it is you get new shit usually. So Matt Reeves posted a picture they were working on in the editing bay of a grappling gun shot of Batman looked pretty badass. It was blurry a little bit, but cool. Still look like Batman. So that's all good. Composer Michael Giacchino, he posted the score. No. Awesome. I think that sounds great, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet. That's almost a mix of Hans Zimmer and Danny Elfman sounding.
It's a good marriage. I really like that. Yeah. I'm psyched. I think that's going to be a hell of a good score, and Reeves is going to do a couple films, so hopefully it's a continuous score they'll just keep using, kind of like they originally did with the Keaton ones and so on. There's been a lot of rumors. I think most of it's probably BS of, troubles behind the scenes and all that. But it looks pretty solid. It's going to be definitely another dark take in a way, it looks like, especially with Riddler's look. That's very interesting there. But hey, it'll make you, I guess, fear the Riddler for the first time. I don't know.
It can't be worse than Jim Carrey.
At that time, we needed him as Riddler, though. At that time, we needed him.
Did we?
I do think what's cool about this Batman, though, is that he uses the gun that shot his parents as the bat symbol.
Has that been confirmed? I hope that's true. I didn't know if that was confirmed or not.
True,
I like that. Yeah.
That does echo what happened in the comics. Like Bruce found the gun.
Yeah.
Melted it down and made that into the chest plate that went behind the bat symbol.
I like that. I hope that's what it is, because it does look like it's something like that. I think that would be really freaking cool, something new, to look at.
It looks good. I mean, if Robert Pattinson, I'm not ruling him out.
No,
especially after seeing the trailer for the Princess Diana movie, like.
Yeah,
I had no idea that Kristen Stewart could have that range as an actor.
I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I did see the teaser to it, and she looks scary.
She looks the part. She acts the part. She has the emotion. Like
she looks so much like Diana. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not Twilight Kristen Stewart.
No. That's the thing. Those, a lot of people, and I included, used to think that, they were just shitty actors. Yeah.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
I had that stigma for a long time, and I'm like,
they're good.
You know what? If these movies, like these two movies, if they can break my stigma of Arpats and K-Stew, then
go see The Lighthouse. That's on Prime, I think, and Pattinson's in that, and it's a weird film, but he's up against William Dafoe, and great performances, pretty damn solid.
That sounds good. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's shot in black and white, or I don't know if it's actually filmed in black and white, but it's a black and white film, and it's super trippy in spots. Very, very trippy. But it's just the artistic part of it alone is awesome. And I did see that in the theater even. Yeah, great performance. Fantastic.
I enjoyed her in Snow White and the Huntsman.
I never did see that one. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I didn't.
Was her performance good?
Like it. I mean, Hemsworth's always good, but I went into it thinking the same thing. Oh God, it's the Twilight chick. Shoot me now. I'll go. But I actually enjoyed the movie. I thought she did a good job.
Well, did you? Yeah, you did enjoy the movie. Yeah. Yeah, she actually didn't return for the sequel. Yeah, but I think that was other reasons. But yeah, I think she's. Yeah, I saw her. I forgot the movie, but she did a Christmas movie last year. It was really good. I really liked it. I think it was on Hulu.
With Dan Levy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but I really did like it.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a great film. Great film. Yeah, this movie looks great, and it's already getting some HBO Max spinoffs. Gotham PD has been greenlit, and then I guess Penguin is in talks, which will be Colin Farrell coming to that part to play, which he's just unrecognizable with that makeup.
He does not look like Colin Farrell.
I was like, when I first saw the teaser, I saw him, and I didn't know it was him. I was like, wow, this actor's got a really good face. It's like, where have I seen him before? It's like, is he a new guy? And I'm like, afterwards, I'm like, oh my God, that's Colin Farrell. Like, holy shit. Not what I was picturing.
At least, I mean, with the movies that I would watch anyway.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him since like the early 2000s when he did like Miami Vice and stuff like that.
Oh,
he was around for a He was around for a while, and then he was like kind of.
Well, he's done a lot of solid like more of independent films and so on. Like he got away from those blockbusters to kind of rediscover his talent.
That's
I guess.
What I kind of figured. It's like
he's good. He's solid.
Drops off the face of the earth. They go to independent or Broadway.
He grew up. Let's say he grew up, and he's pretty much been solid with his performances since then. So really excited for the Batman. That score is awesome. I'm excited. Moving on, guys, the sequel we always wanted, Triplets. This is Twins Part 2. So the original came out in 88. Oh God, that's the soundtrack right there. Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger is starring. For years they were talking with Eddie Murphy to play the third brother, which, that was a great star power lineup there. Murphy just recently, I guess, has a success with Coming to America, even though I think that film's terrible. He got a great big Amazon deal, and so that made his schedule all fill up, and he wasn't able to actually join this project. So Tracy Morgan is taking his place, and it will be directed by the original director, Ivan Reitman, who also did Ghostbusters, and they start filming in January. Big problem. Even Eddie Murphy is not the same age as Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Tracy Morgan definitely is not the same age. He's much younger. He's younger than Eddie Murphy, I think. Yeah, guys, what do you think?
I can't wait to not see it.
Bill, you need to calm down about your excitement, man.
I don't give a shit. I'm sorry, Hollywood, but step up your freaking game. Oh my God.
What if Eddie Murphy was in it, though? What if Eddie Murphy was in it? Is it the Tracy Morgan thing, or what?
Still, what? Still, I don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah, I know. I've heard this go in talks for a long time. And
especially because Danny DeVito is bigger and Arnold Schwarzenegger is smaller.
Yes. Yep.
So they were in Twins.
Always Sunny, man. That's been on
wrong.
for almost 20
Twins
years, hasn't
was a
it?
great movie.
Yeah.
Twins was a great movie. I loved it.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I never walked. Well, granted, I was 7 when it came out. I never walked away from seeing it being like, God, I really wish they'd explain the lore more in this movie.
Well, that's not, though. The lore would be like a prequel, but this is like, we're just going to go right back to what we did before, but we're going to add another kid. And it's like, okay. All right.
I'm with Bill. I'm with Bill. Just, I don't give a shit either. Hollywood.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah. No, and I'm with you.
Fucking stupid.
I'm with you. I mean, yeah, I'll probably. Well, I don't know. I gotta see a trailer. I don't know, but
my theory is that with like the latest Fast and Furious movie, they were scraping.
They're going
the
to
bottom
space?
of the barrel, and now the barrel is fucking bone dry, and they're just pulling anything they can. They're assholes. Anyway.
Oh God. What other sequels need to be made? Field of Dreams 2? What else can we do, guys?
Field of Dreams 2 with lightsabers and fucking put it in space. I don't know.
They have to build another field, but this time it's the grandkid.
On the moon.
On the moon.
Get
There you
Elon
go.
Musk involved.
Yes.
Blade Runner, the sitcom.
There you go.
Ah, yes. The thing you never wanted and nobody asked for.
Like an office format, like, third person. Harrison Ford. There you go. Maybe he'll sign up. Who knows?
They're out of ideas. There's nothing
I'm going to
left.
start writing my own movies. I mean, it can't be any worse.
No. Hey, Hollywood, you fell upwards. So yeah, if you have the talent, no place for you.
You know what?
Unfortunately,
That pisses me off because there's so many talented
idiots.
people doing.
Yeah.
There's so many talented people doing like fan stuff on YouTube. It's like, give them a job.
Yep.
Like these guys that are billionaires and have their
They
own,
don't though. You know what they do?
personal
They sue those. They sue those people.
Don't need a freaking movie.
They sue those people.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah, I
you did
know.
a great job. We're going to sue you instead of maybe employing you. Because they know what's best.
Freaking joke. Thanks, Ethan Klein. Anyway,
A part of me wants to get in on the scam and go and recreate something that's just absolutely moronic and pitch those ideas.
Younger Frankenstein.
yes,
Get a few $1 million and then just
it's
pay
like
off my fucking
it's
mortgage.
like the manatee idea from South Park. You just throw a bunch of balls with ideas written on them in a pool. And
Exactly.
whichever 3 or 4 of the manatees pull up. I mean, if it works for Family Guy, it'll work for us.
Exactly.
Screw it.
Exactly.
Field of Geeks Productions.
Hey,
Go to GoFundMe and
dude, I've got
$100,000.
ideas. I've got ideas. I don't know. Well, this next project sounds really cool, Bill. Would you like to take the reins?
I would love to take the reins on this. Okay, anyway. I was a little infuriated by the casting for this, but December 2022, we are getting Super Mario Brothers the movie. It is going to be animated, number one, so Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo will not be back.
No sequel bullshit.
I know, right? It's not going to be in the same continuity, whatever. But it is going to be produced by Illumination, Nintendo, and Universal.
Nice.
Illumination, of course, is famous for Minions, Despicable Me, whatever else they make. I don't know.
That covers it.
This is going to be directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelinek, who have worked on Teen Titans Go to the movies, Batman Brave and the Bold. So if you're into the new gen DC stuff, good for you. Matthew Fogel is going to be doing a screenplay. He worked on Lego Movie 2. And, of course, Shigeru Miyamoto, who is a Nintendo legend, the guy that created Mario / Jumpman, if you live in Japan, and Donkey Kong, is going to be working on the characterization for this movie.
Great.
Movie, of course, is going to be starring Chris Pratt as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, Jack Black as Luigi, Seth Rogen, god damn it, as Donkey Kong, Keegan-Michael Key is Toad. Good thing Donkey Kong doesn't have any speaking roles in the games.
He's just gonna be high the whole time.
Like, they look like dicks.
It's bad casting. He's more hairy than Donkey Kong.
And he's also a ginger. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Hey man, why are you coming up here?
Hey man, you want a banana? This banana's a bong, dude.
Looks like a dick. What? No, can't say that.
Can't say that in an E for everyone game, man. Anyway, continuing on.
Yes.
Keegan-Michael Key is going to be playing Toad, which I think is a good fit. Charlie Day is going to play Luigi, and it will include the current voice of Mario, Charles Martinet, which I don't know why he didn't get the lead role, but
Right.
thanks, Hollywood.
Well, because
Anyway.
he probably, I don't know if he would have to get paid more because he gets money off the games, right? So I don't know.
If Chris Pratt can do a good, like, decent
Mm-hmm.
Italian accent and can bring a little humor to it,
Yeah.
like I have all the faith in the world at Chris Pratt. I'm cool with that. But
Yeah.
anyway,
And Anna Taylor-Joy, she's awesome, man. She's on fire.
she is. She's the perfect
Dude.
she's the perfect person to play Peach.
Jack Black. Who is Jack Black playing? Because on the notes here it says Luigi and Charlie Day's Luigi. Is Jack Black something different?
Oh, he is. I'm sorry. He is playing Bowser.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool.
So that's going to be great. And
Yeah, that's
Bowser
cool.
typically doesn't speak,
Mm-hmm.
but if they have Jack Black throwing his
Maybe he'll do a motion cap.
patented-
He dances all the
would.
time, man. He's like, I don't know if you've ever seen Jablinski Games, his YouTube channel, but and he posts these videos of him dancing dressed as the Hulk. I mean, man, that guy has got so much freaking energy. Hopefully it's drug free, but man, he's funny. Yeah.
He's this generation's Chris Farley. I'm saying that right now.
Yes, but
Hopefully,
functional, right? Yeah.
And hopefully that doesn't mean
Yeah, the drug part.
Guys.
Everything else. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
I don't know. He's awesome. Keep him stocked with cocaine.
side
no.
note, I do have a side note about
There's a
this.
plot.
If you ever go to a Comic-Con or anything like that, and you get the opportunity to meet Charles Martinet,
Yep.
do it, because he is the coolest guy in the world.
Oh yeah, fan service big time. I mean, he's like
super down to earth.
To do every
loves the
voice.
fans.
Yep.
Oh my god.
My kids.
Just having him go, wow.
Yeah, that's. I think my kids. They got autograph poster from him, and I think. He did I think he said every one of their names in Mario character. Like he is so into that stuff. I saw a panel, when he was here, and yeah, man, he eats it up, and yeah,
He's an amazing guy.
Yeah,
He
he's
is.
happy go lucky. So I'm glad that they
The
included
fact
him in this
that-
project.
The fact that he's involved and the fact that Shigeru Miyamoto is involved,
Yeah.
100%, I will go see this in the theaters.
Yeah, I mean, when Sonic came out, and perhaps the studio's thinking the same thing, but the success off that, I'm like, let's see a Mario like this, come on, we got to do it,
I'm glad they're doing this as like a fully animated thing and not like Mario meets James Marsden in the
Well, yeah,
California
that's
desert.
the thing I wonder, like, is it going to be, because when that idea, or when that Sonic idea was presented in the trailer, first off, the way Sonic looked, I was like, whoa. Second, we've seen the story so many times. The Smurfs, they did that shit. And, Roger Rabbit, that was kind of like the beginning, I guess, maybe. But yeah, I wonder if they'll just totally be animated, which is cool. Because, I mean, that's the best way to see the world. I don't know too much about Sonic's world. I think his design's cool. But I always was more of a Mario fan. And, doing live action, there's only so much you can do, especially in the early 90s with what they did. And, yeah.
I do like the fact that it's like the Mario universe and not just Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes,
that
of
kind
course.
of appeals to me a little bit. Maybe one day we'll get a Smash Brothers movie. Who knows?
Oh, probably. I mean, hell, it's going to sell so much for Nintendo. It's fantastic. I mean,
oh my god!
they need
Nintendo
it.
needs the money.
Well, true, but maybe they'll have another console come out. I don't know. I mean, the Switch is. I think Switch is pretty successful, right? But it's not like a full blown
It's
console,
successful,
sort of,
but,
right?
Okay, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, we'll probably have to table
it. Too.
That's a 515 gaming episode right there. That's what that is.
I will say this.
515 Gaming.
Yes.
Thank you, Steve.
God, that's good. Just on cue.
I will never play Switch on my channel.
Ooh.
But
Switch,
the
what?
thing that intrigued me is that they were going to release an N64 controller and N64 games on their store.
Yes.
Which one do you think I wanted that they disincluded? GoldenEye 007. So fuck you, Nintendo.
Licensing problems, yeah.
Damn it.
Anyway.
Really, of all things. Ugh. Well,
but
yeah.
Hey, Daniel Craig got, honorarily promoted to his rank in the Navy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that was good.
I knew he was a real agent.
I'm getting off on a tangent.
It's fine.
Yeah, go see Super Mario Brothers. It's going to be awesome. And it's not going to be anything like the 93 movie.
And fuck Nintendo, right?
And fuck Nintendo.
Brought to you by
Field of Geeks.
Yes, and Steve
515 Gaming.
Yeah.
Steve, god damn it.
Oh, love it. Moving on to trailers,
That's all
guys.
I can say anymore.
Dude, it's good. It's so good.
You can be my personal Pokemon. You're like,
exactly.
Right, go.
515 Gaming.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing? 515 Gaming.
Yeah, right. Steve, what did you think of Batman? 515 Gaming.
Great promotional material there. Moving on to trailers, guys. The Matrix Resurrection finally dropped, and I gotta say, I was not looking forward to this. Ever since they announced it, I just thought, in my eyes, the first Matrix was the best film, out of all three of those. The Animatrix was good too, but I just, didn't see the point of, other than a cash grab, to make this new one. But having seen the trailer, I'm intrigued. Like, obviously that would probably happen. They did, didn't do a good job if that wasn't the case. But going around, what'd you guys think of this trailer?
Well, I've already said this, but Hollywood has ran out of ideas. That being said, I'm excited to see it.
There you go.
No, I really
I don't disagree.
I think, I'm burnt out with the Matrix franchise, but this actually might be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, I love the first Matrix, of course. I liked the second Matrix. I didn't give a shit about the third Matrix. And I did like the trailer. Keanu Reeves can do no wrong, in my opinion. I just like the guy. But he, there's a couple spots in the trailer where I'm like, oh, well, we're bringing this back. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, of course I'm going to go watch it just because my wife will make me.
Well, that's good, though, because we need a review. So we'll all see it and either be pleasantly surprised or, it'll be a short review.
Yeah, right.
A few things that I noticed and read about, I guess. First off, the cast. Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, I believe that's how you say his name, Christina Ricci, Jada Pinkett Smith. Big controversy, maybe if you're a huge Morpheus fan. Looks like Mateen is taking over that part. Lawrence Fishburne was the original Morpheus, and I guess he wasn't invited back, but he does wish him well. Abdul himself, Mateen, has, he's tackled a lot of iconic characters lately. I mean, gosh, look at Aquaman. He played Black Manta in that. Watchmen, he was, spoiler, Dr. Manhattan, and Candyman, his latest film. So he's really just played all these characters that already existed, but revamping and then add Morpheus to that. Yeah, what do are you guys bothered by that recasting?
I'm not, because it seems like Neo and Trinity are kind of like in a video game world.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the real world. It's not the original Matrix. It's like just some thing that has programs the machines have zero idea what to do with.
Right.
So it's probably going to be like they're honoring Neo's memory by having him repeat his previous life or something. I don't know.
it's like a retelling from a new modern angle.
Like, I'm still gonna go see it, but I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, what I like about it is it's beautifully shot. I think, for one, it looks much different than the previous films. It's got that amped up color to it, and that dull filter they had on those films. Those previous films are gone. It seems, it's just like fully like turn it up, man. Let's see some color, and that makes it look very attractive. I think effects look top notch. Original films, of course, they set a standard for their effects, which were overused after that until people were just tired of it. I mean, even parody movies used the effects, the 360 effect, what do they call it? Bullet time effect.
Bullet time.
Yeah. I noticed, Keanu's character was taking blue pills like daily, it looks like. And I thought that was really intriguing. And then of course, Morpheus offers him the red pill.
I think that like his soul within the Matrix or whatever is kind of like trying to break free, and the machines are trying to keep him
sedated or whatever, yeah,
or something like that. So like a new one isn't resurrected, but then again, I'm sitting here thinking like, didn't they make peace in the third one? So
they made they made a deal basically.
Anyway,
give him power enough to destroy Smith, I think, and reboot the system, if you will, or something. But
I'll wait to see it.
Yeah,
I'll wait to see it, and then I will give it a nasty review on the tomato meter, because that's all that matters.
Oh, God. Nope. Not to me, man. Not to me. One time we were going to do a potato meter. We haven't really developed that.
All of our listeners out there, I'm just kidding. The tomato meter can suck it.
I do like that Neo and Trinity are both like lost, if you will.
People.
What's that? Yeah.
I kind of like that. That intrigued me a lot.
Yeah,
like,
because
just kind of finding each other like, don't I know you?
Yeah.
Oh, deja vu. Something changed in the Matrix.
Right. And they're older and they're rediscovering their love. So you still got that love story there. And then you got these new characters, which, some of those effects are amazing. There's someone that does like a turn and jump in midair, and then they land on a corner of a building, break it and jump off. Like, that was really cool. And then Neo.
They've always been live action animes. I mean, let's not.
True.
Get ourselves. But
right.
I am intrigued to see Kushina Ricci, because she's always been one of my favorite actresses.
Yeah, for sure. Moving that rocket into the helicopter, I thought that was badass. Blocking the bullets again, of course. It's a retelling of things we've seen, but it's like a new modern lens, if you will, new characters. Directed by Lena Wachowski, and it's going to be in theaters and HBO Max on December 22nd. So buckle up, you two. It's going to be a bumpy ride, maybe. Hawkeye, guys. What are we thinking? Starring Jeremy Renner, Haley Steinfeld, Vera Farmiga, and Florence Pugh.
I'm going to echo what Steve said about the Eternals. What is it about?
It's a Christmas.
I mean,
it's a Christmas tale.
It's set in Christmas. He's trying to atone for all the stuff he did as a run-in.
Yes. There's a copycat.
Why?
The best part of that trailer to me is when he catches that Molotov cocktail. He breaks the window and grabs it. I thought that was it, basically. I was like, that's cool.
Badass.
That was pretty cool.
Badass.
1 second.
But anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Go
ahead. Steve, what did you think about Hawkeye?
I think the best part of the trailer was when it was over.
Because you could cry, right? You could relieve your emotions. Yes. Yes.
I don't know, man.
Is it the character or just the shows?
I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
And I'll probably enjoy it. But with the trailer, I just keep thinking to myself, I'm like, why don't they just fucking write sitcoms and just stop there?
Yeah.
Everything's a goddamn
joke,
comedy sketch.
Yeah. And
it just, maybe I'm old and cranky, but, I'll be the old cranky guy. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm so old right now. I'm going to live my life. Someone doesn't like it. Fuck you.
515 Gaming.
515.
Damn it.
Anyway, hopefully that false rage was appreciated.
Yes.
I get the sense of like, why do we need this? But at the same time, I love Jeremy Renner and I love his portrayal of Hawkeye. So
yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
I'll grin and bear it. It could be It could be like the worst thing Marvel's ever produced. It could be the best thing they've ever produced.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not on the fence with it. You know,
Right.
I'm either going to love it or I'm going to hate it.
Yeah. Right.
And
I went into Scarlet Witch thinking the same thing, thinking it was going to be just absolutely moronic, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
True.
Yeah.
I mean,
overall, their
we
shows
shall
have
see.
been, kind of hit and misses. But, I do like what they bring and they help expand the universe. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is very jokey. I'll see it. It looks, there's parts of it I think look pretty cool. It's a 6-episode run. It'll be on Disney Plus November 24th. Get to see Rogers the musical in it, looks like, about Steve. So, not our Steve Rogers, of course. Steve, you're famous. They made a musical about you.
Songs.
Fuck you. We begin with that.
Who is the man with the plan and the da-da-da-da?
Oh, man, that's
I can only
catchy.
get Bucky to rhyme with fucky. So.
Disney's like, we can't air this.
Bucky,
We can't.
His best buddy, Bucky. He's really
Winter Soldier doesn't rhyme, but yeah. So look forward to that, guys. That'll be interesting. It's his swan song as his character. I think Kate Bishop's taken over. So yeah, it's going to help build the universe. Florence Pugh being in it from Black Widow, I think, is cool. That's ever since that part in the film where you're like, yeah, I know where this is going to go. Maybe if they honor it in the show. I don't want to spoil for those who haven't seen it. It's out now. Go check out Black Widow, guys. Let's move into comics.
Yeah, so Marvel Studios article came out recently about them suing the heirs of some of the creators like Jack Kirby, I think Gene Cowan, I can't remember who else, but
Stan Lee.
Basically, that's right, Stan Lee, attempting to retain the rights to Iron Man, Spider-Man, like Ant-Man, some of the other characters, because obviously they've made a lot of money off of these characters in the cinema, and now the families have feel like they have a right to the profits.
Mm-hmm.
Characters are still under copyright law, of course. And if the lawsuits are successful from the heirs, the rights would return to them, and then God knows what the hell would happen.
The world would end, Steve.
Now, like the notes say, Marvel's most likely going to win,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to sound like an asshole, but they should win.
Yeah.
yeah.
When you're working for hire and all that stuff, it's up to you to either take the deal that you're given or not take it or renegotiate. And nobody knew back then when Jack Kirby and Stan Lee were creating everything. Back then comics was it was for kids only and was kind of scoffed at.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, if you're a creator and you have that strong of feelings, you're going to need to either not just take the job and do your own thing or whatever.
Right.
But
that was the terms.
They haven't won these. The families haven't won these in the past. They're not going to start winning them now.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of agree with that. Like the work for hire thing, retrospectively, kind of pisses me off. But at the same time, it's like, oh, now this character that you thought was worth $200 is now super popular, and now you want to cash in on it? Like, no, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You had your chance. That's kind of like the same thing with the same concept with Venom. Like the guy that created the symbiote suit, or that wrote in with the idea, the symbiote suit, he was given $200 and that was it. And now look how popular the black suit Spider-Man and Venom and
right. New movies coming. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that they deserve credit.
Mm-hmm.
They deserve maybe a percentage of that credit. You know what I mean? For like profit or whatever. But
right.
Just coming back and being like, oh no, my dad made this and now he's dead and can't say anything for himself.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm struggling with the current economy, so I'm going to come back and say I need this back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Henry Ford's.
Much.
Yeah, it's like Henry Ford's, heirs thinking that they should have a percentage of every automobile sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
if they win, they
And
can
I'm not-
halt production. They're like, we're done. We're done with cars.
I'm not super 100% behind Marvel because of what they do with Black Widow, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, like, maybe make a deal with them versus just saying, no, you can't have
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, Marvel doesn't have to be a douche about it. I mean, but at the same time,
They can literally print their own money at this point.
Seems, yeah.
right, exactly.
Right.
You know, like, do you really need to? Whatever.
Mm.
Make a deal with them, Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, give them a percentage, give them something. So
Right.
they can
Here's
feel
25
happy
grand
about
or
it.
50 grand, whatever.
And not even that. Like, just don't like discredit the fact that like their families built this empire that you're now sitting on top of that was built, back in the 1930s. Back with like the original, all those, newspaper comics and those other comics and stuff like that. Like,
Right.
I mean, build up the legacy of Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. No, don't bury it under legal paperwork.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And in the past, there was actually good, strong cases for such things, like the creators of Superman. I believe, someone came to bat for them because they never really, got a lot of money from, their creation.
Well, and nobody could have predicted back in,
Mhm.
the 50s and 60s that comics would explode the way it
Right.
has. It's kind of like us today with cryptocurrency. It sounds like bullshit, but it's going to
Yeah.
probably explode in
Yeah.
the next 20 years. Who
But,
knows?
it also brings out, I think, good things because, like Batman, Bob Kane was credited forever and claimed credit, right? And then it was really like
Yeah.
Bill Finger, right? I think, who, came up with a lot of things we love and they still use with Batman.
It's just
And
like,
yeah,
if it's not done right, it can destroy a franchise.
Right.
Like, and if you need a better example of that, look at Friday the 13th.
yeah,
The guy that had co-creation credit on that
yeah,
came back, tanked a game, tanked a franchise, tanked everything that could possibly be done with Jason Voorhees.
right. Yeah,
If it's not done right, then these characters are going to go away and nobody's going to have any say in it.
yeah. Just cut them a check, let them
Absolutely.
spend, you're done. We got the characters. Here's your
Yeah.
money. Here's your credit. Goodbye.
He's like, here's your money, here's your credit, leave us the fuck alone.
And go see our movies.
Right.
Here's a free ticket.
I mean, I'm not saying giving them like
Yeah.
a percentage of,
Right.
merchandising, because I mean, Spider-Man's plastered on frickin' everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, maybe if you're going to use a character that is, that movie is centered around, like Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man, whoever it is, you give them a contributory credit. You give them a certain percentage of the box office, and then
Right.
that's it.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. Just
Yeah. No,
figure it out so that the characters don't get completely torpedoed.
I'm sure my friends, brothers, roommates, cousins, sisters, landlord's brother knows somebody who created a comic, and I could probably, get a chunk of that change. So,
Cash in, buddy.
yes.
There you go.
2 pennies. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So yeah, Batman 89, Steve. This came out like last month or so, I believe. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the last 2 issues. There's issues 1 and 2 are now out. Issue 2, I think, last week, maybe the week before. But yeah, this is the comic that's set in the Tim Burton verse, set after Batman Returns.
Nice.
Yeah, issue 2 saw a cameo of the Catwoman, so that was kind of cool.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot of some of the things that I think were going to be fleshed out in the 3rd Burton movie, but never happened. Like, I don't know if you remember, but Marlon Wayans was actually slated to play Robin.
Yep.
Yes.
And so they've introduced that character in issue 2. And yeah, it's a lot of fun so far, man. It's been a really cool deal. I believe it's a 6-issue series.
Nice.
So looking forward to it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. If you can pick it up, do it. I didn't pick up the physical issues. I just did it off of Comixology, but
Sure.
Yeah, it's easier to read on my iPad, and I don't have to store it. So
right.
It's super fun. It's a great read, and I think Superman 78 is around the corner, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
That's cool. Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, when I heard about these, I was like, "Oh, these are going to be awesome."
Well, and the concept art that I saw for Robin, that's based off of what Tim Burton originally wanted in Batman 3, isn't it? Like it's kind of a black and yellow kind of ninja looking outfit.
Yeah, okay. So it'll be interesting to see how they continue to move forward on it.
And are they using the likenesses of all the actors?
They are.
Nice.
The Billy D. Williams version of Harvey Dent, which he's critical. They're setting him up to be he's the center of the storyline, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So my guess is we're going to see him turn into Two-Face.
He was robbed. Yeah, big time. Hit that setup in the first film.
He did get the opportunity to play him in Lego Batman.
Of course, yes, that's better than nothing.
At the same time, I would have loved to see Billy D. Williams take over as Two-Face.
I mean, we wouldn't have gotten Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, so I guess it was a good thing. I mean, Joker.
The thing that's messed up with that is that they couldn't get in Batman Forever.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't get the MPAA to agree to them making a comic accurate Two-Face with the bulging eye and the exposed jaw and stuff like that. And the makeup artist for that was all willing to do it and everything like that. And then the MPAA was like, no, we want to make it kid friendly because toys.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Well,
but no, I don't pick up physical or digital copies of comics very often, but this is one that I'm definitely looking to get into.
Yeah, I'm excited. How's the tone of it, Steve? Is it kid friendly or is it kind of serious?
It's pretty serious.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah, and it's pretty true to that whole universe, I think, too. And I don't know. It's one of those things where it's already so good that after the 6th issue, I'm going to be depressed that it's over with it.
Yeah, I want to get the trade paperback
cool.
for it when it's all said and done this time around, anyway. But yeah, I do like what they're exploring with these comics. They did Batman 66, and they did that Meets the Green Hornet. So yeah, that was pretty damn cool. So yeah, I'm excited to read this sucker. Yeah, it's probably gonna piss me off though, we never got this film, but yeah.
Well, and it's funny because he co-wrote the screenplay, the writer Sam Hamm, for the first movie, and
sweet.
He had a story credit on Batman Returns. He's the one writing the comic. So,
awesome!
Oh, cool!
Shit, that's the way to do it. Damn.
Yep. So he's been involved the whole way, and now that he's picked that back up and he's doing that comic is pretty awesome because it's now you can kind of read what would have come next.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And get pissed off.
And then get pissed off that it wasn't made, right? Yeah.
Well, Steve, we know you gotta leave. You gotta get in line for triplets. Save us the seat. And
yep.
Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. Yeah. We'll see you next time, Steve.
Yep. Sounds good, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right. Take care. 515 Gaming.
515 Gaming.
All right. So game news, Bill.
Yes. So PlayStation Showcase 2021 just kicked off not too long ago. Got a couple of big announcements on that. Marvel and Insomniac, who produced the Spider-Man PS4 game and Spider-Man Miles Morales, are both working on Spider-Man 2, which is going to include co-op gameplay between Miles and Peter, which is going to be awesome. From the voiceover from the trailer, it looks like Kraven the Hunter is going to be involved in it. And the biggest reveal of this is Venom. Anybody that's played the game knew that Venom was probably coming. But the best part is he's being voiced by Tony Todd, a.k.a. Candyman.
Nice.
So,
yes.
Perfect voice actor for Venom.
Dude, that's cool.
He sounds freaking phenomenal.
Oh, I'm sure.
The other part of that is that we're getting a Wolverine game.
Yeah, man.
And historically the Wolverine games have been very hack and slash and stuff like that. They've been linear. They haven't really been open world, which hopefully this will be like kind of a story type of thing. But,
Sure.
I would love to see Wolverine and Spider-Man interact at some point, if that's at all possible.
That'd be
They've
cool.
always had great interactions in the comics, so that would be really cool. A couple other announcements we got. Fans of Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic is getting a remake for PS5.
Ooh, how do you feel about that?
I feel super hyped about that because I loved it on PC.
Nice.
And it's a game that I really, really wanted somebody with a next-gen, current-gen console to tackle.
Right, and they've been successful, right? They've remastered some other games.
They've been very successful with that. And, I mean, you just look at, like, Battlefront, maybe doesn't have the greatest reputation. I don't know if EA is going to be involved in this game, but the old Knights of the Old Republic was a great game. Like one of my favorite Star Wars games of all time.
Excellent.
So I'm really looking forward to that. For racing fans, Gran Turismo finally getting another game in the series.
Wow.
Which looks photorealistic. It's super great.
That's cool.
Rockstar announced that GTA 5 is getting a remaster for PS5, which does not look great.
What?
And there was a huge backlash against Rockstar for this. They're releasing it again for another console. It originated on the PS3.
What the hell,
and
man?
The game itself is 8 years old. So, but Rockstar makes $1 billion a year off of this game. So
yeah, I mean, it's still popular. It's crazy. Is it the most successful game? I think I heard that one time. Maybe
it is one. Yeah, one of, if not the most successful online game.
Wow.
Of all time. Also, something I'm super excited for, Alan Wake is getting a remaster for PS4 and PS5. Previously, it was only released on PC. But it's a survival horror game. It's great. If you haven't ever seen any footage of it, go look it up on YouTube. I believe Markiplier and maybe a couple other people have done a playthrough of it, so it's a really good game. God of War Ragnarok, which is going to feature the Norse mythology, Thor, Odin, Loki. All those people are going to be in it.
Yeah, isn't Thor like huge, like kind of fat, sort of?
He is.
Yeah, it's not Marvel's Thor for everyone out there.
It's not Marvel's Thor.
Which I dig, man. I think it's cool. It's realistic.
But
Ish.
it is going to feature Mjolnir, Stormbreaker.
Nice.
Heimdall. Odin, all these people in it.
Yeah, because that falls under the what's that term? Like Pinocchio and Cinderella. Everyone can use them, right? Just can't use the Disney versions or whatever.
Yes.
Shit, I forgot what that's called. But yeah, obviously Thor's been featured in tons of fan-made shit.
It's Norwegian mythology. You can't really trademark that.
True. So, we own it.
Another thing I'm super excited for is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So if you've ever played the Borderlands series, there's these side quests where Tiny Tina, who is like the love child of Deadpool and Harley Quinn, does like a tabletop RPG, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons with some of the in-game characters.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's super crazy. Pretty much, it's like an acid trip. Damn. But it's going to get its own game instead of like a mini game in a future series.
Wow.
So super on that.
That's cool.
Fans of the Ninja Turtles side-scrolling beat-em-up arcade games.
Hell yeah.
There's going to be a new game set for a 2022 release. It's going to be released on Windows, possibly PlayStation, and the Nintendo Switch. It's going to be based on the 87 animated series. April O'Neil is going to be a playable character. It's going to be 4-player local and online co-op. Mike Patton from Faith No More will perform the theme song, which sounds amazing. If you can find a little blip of that on YouTube, go ahead and do it. It's super awesome. And Tribute Games, who produced the Scott Pilgrim versus the World game, is going to work on this. So they do a lot of cell shading, a lot of accurate representation of the animation, that's going to look really good.
Nice. That sounds good.
And then the last thing I have is Twisted Metal is finally getting another game. So it's set for a set for a 2023 release currently at the time of reporting. So that may change. The first Twisted Metal game released all the way back on the PlayStation 1 in 1995, and the last main game we received was for the PlayStation 3 in 2012. So this is going to be a return to roots kind of thing for Twisted Metal.
Well, that's like again too, because just going back a little bit, I love the first Twisted Metal game. Second was pretty good. I remember them just going to shit, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people's opinions. Yeah,
it did. It was one of those series where they tried to add a story to it, and you really didn't need a story for creepy cars, post-apocalyptic wasteland, blow shit up.
Yeah, because the original was like Mortal Kombat with cars, pretty much, right? I mean,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I love that first one. I think I went back and beat the game with every character just to see, because that was the thing, you got to see what happened once they got their wish, if they were tricked or if it was like they actually got what they wanted. And I dug that so much. That game was so fun.
Yeah, it was very much like a fighting game with cars and explosions.
Right.
So it was very cool.
And then Twisted Metal Black came to.
There was going to be.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead with Twisted Metal Black.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking when I first had PS2, they released Twisted Metal Black, and that was a great return to form, because that's how we got here. I remember when you said this new game was going to be Return to Form. I'm like, yeah, they did that before with Black, and that was pretty damn solid. And I didn't play any games after that Twisted Metal related, so I guess they went off the rails again, in your opinion, or Minnie's opinion.
And I think it, and I didn't follow the series because it had so many sequels and spin-offs and things like that. But I think at some point you could exit your vehicle and fight as the character.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Was it like yeah,
kind of like a GTA like Battle Royale kind of thing.
But I wonder if it was like that quality, if it was kind of shitty version of it. Yeah. I
think that was early gen when they were doing that. But I would love to see this as like a massively multiplayer type of thing. I think it would be a blast to play.
Oh man, that would be, wouldn't it? Oh geez, that'd be fun.
So with the release date being so far out, of course, there's not many details to it.
Mm-hmm.
But there was in 2012 there was going to be a film that was produced by Brian Taylor, who did Crank, Gamer, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, and that was canceled.
Really?
Of course, because they couldn't, they couldn't get funding or something. It went into development hell like a lot of the good ideas do.
Well, and then all those films but Crank were successful pretty much, right? Like I remember Crank being a big thing. It got a sequel and then it died after that, but
Crank was like Gamer is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Really good. It's a decent concept, I think.
Yeah, Free Guy is kind of like that in a way. The new Free Guy movie reminded me of that Gamer concept, but obviously different. More joking and stuff. Yeah, friendly.
Yeah. And there is a TV series that's going to be in development. So maybe that's probably what the release for the game. Maybe one inspired the other. I don't.
That would be cool. But, sure.
But so far, the only confirmed cast member for the TV series is Anthony Mackie.
Huh. Okay.
So
interesting.
I don't know who he's going to be playing, but I want to nominate right now. If anybody involved in the TV series has anything to do with this podcast and hears my voice, cast Kane Hodder as Sweet Tooth.
That would be pretty cool.
By Mark Hamill.
Oh, okay. Yes. That would be pretty damn cool. Yeah.
Anyway.
That would be
Sweet
cool,
Tooth's
man.
probably like the most iconic one from the Twisted Metal series.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What's scarier than a clown with a flaming head driving an ice cream truck from hell?
Right. I mean, ever since that game came out, I pictured a film, and man, it would have been at that time, if they would have made a film, it would have been like Mortal Kombat. The effects would have been good, but kind of not quite there.
It would have been good, but hokey, and they wouldn't have aged well, probably.
And I am nervous though about the TV series. Like, I hope they throw a big budget at it, and it's got to look really good. I don't want this like shitty CG, stuff. Like, use real shit if you can.
I hope they do. I mean, I think the TV series is HBO Max, I want to say.
Okay.
I don't know if that's accurate. It's going to be on a streaming service. I know that.
It might be Prime, but I'm not sure.
It could be. I'm not really. There's not a lot of details on it right now, I don't think. But
right, it's really
either way. Like, the scope of this movie, or the scope of the game series itself. Like, basically, the entire world is like post-apocalyptic. So you could have. And in the game, like, you had, iconic places. You go to Paris and you could drive up the tower and blow it up and stuff like that. So
yes,
I mean, they could do a lot of things with it. It's just if they do it right.
Right.
That's the big thing.
Yes.
And this is another one of those franchises that doesn't really have a lot of lore to it, like story-wise.
Right.
So they can kind of do whatever they want to with it. But as long as they do it justice, that's all I care about.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I was just reading.
I'm super excited for that game. It just means I need to get my hands on a PS5.
Yes. Oh, yeah. If you can. Jeez. I mean, it's like, it's been a long. I mean, God, how long ago did PS5 come out?
Came out a little over, or about a year ago, I think. It came out just in time for the holidays, supposedly.
Nice. Yeah, God.
I did actually. I got an email from PlayStation. They're like, "You've been selected for this. You can order a PS5," but it was within like 2 days. So
really?
I'm like, well, I don't have the money. To spend
of course.
But Best Buy just had a huge physical re-release of it, and there were people camped outside for days.
That's insane, man. I can't believe that. Jeez, that's crazy.
I wouldn't hold your breath on getting one for December 2021. Yeah. Maybe, like, I don't know, ask for it for Valentine's Day or something.
Well, it makes you wonder. Yeah, it makes you wonder how the game sales are, though. Like, they need these consoles to go out to people in order to get these damn games.
I think the biggest problem is, like, as soon as the chips or whatever that were in demand are manufactured, they're shipped out and they've already been bought.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean? So, like, they're like years behind at this point. But,
wow. Yeah, it's insane. I can't believe how long you have to wait. I did find some new tidbits on what's happening with the series. Looks like Mackey's going to play John Doe. It's a character that was introduced in the 2001 Twisted Metal Black. So he's described as a motor-mouthed outsider. So, it's going to be a half-hour live-action TV series for HBO. So
there we go.
That's cool. Given HBO's budget with the Titans and Doom Patrol and things like that, like, it's pretty solid looking, film. It looks rich, and it looks like they put a lot of money into it. So in order to pull these off, you have to. Yeah,
I mean, they've done some good things with what they've been given.
Oh, sure, I'm excited, man.
It doesn't have a big, like I said, it doesn't have a big lore behind it, so you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, this is cool. This is going to help, fans, and it's going to bring new people to the table, and maybe we'll get a film after all, and more hype for the games. Especially, maybe they'll remaster the first game. That would be even better. But who knows? I mean, we talked about remastering things, and I'm excited. That's cool.
You look at, they're two totally opposing franchises, but you look at like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Where they've, re-released that game so many times for like the Switch and, for previous consoles, and then they put in like old tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll do that with 2023 release of Twisted Metal. They'll put in like the Eiffel Tower and iconic stuff like that. But it's gonna, like 100 gigabyte easily.
Oh, sure.
Download. Like it's gonna be a huge game.
Be camp out in your living room as you wait for it to download.
Exactly. You might start.
Yeah.
You might start downloading it on like day 1, and like maybe by day 30 you'll be able to play it. But,
yeah, that's I remember years ago. Steve isn't here obviously anymore, but I remember his strategy for when he wanted to play. Like I think at the time was Destiny. He would start downloading the day before his day off, so he wouldn't have to wait forever on his day off to play it. So.
Well, and not only that, but some games like. Oh, this pisses me off. But some games, like, you'll download the full thing, right? You'll go to start it, and it'll be like, we need this update to be able to play online.
Yeah.
So then you got to wait another 2 hours for it.
Right. Especially if you have kids that want to play the game you have in there, and it's like, here we go. And it's like, update. Like, ugh.
Okay. We'll get a snack or something. It's going to take a while.
We'll come back tomorrow. Bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great, man. That's great game news. And, of course, tell everyone out there where they can come and check out your coverage on such games, your gameplay even.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, it might be a while before 515 Gaming has PS5 coverage on there, but, yeah, we'll definitely keep up as much as we can. Just released a new episode of Control today. As you don't know, Control came out in 2019. It's a game that is based, well, not based, but it is inspired by SCP. So if anybody knows what SCP is, it's this online Wikipedia kind of thing of like all these cryptids and objects that cause like paranormal effects.
Ooh, okay.
And it's completely written by the community. So
wow,
there's a lot of similarities to it. But it's definitely a trippy game. It's going to take me a while to get through, and there's a lot of editing with it. So
sure,
bear with me. But,
yes.
As always, when I'm doing this series, I'm putting in the description anybody who wants to donate to Alan Fisher's family.
Yes.
I know we did a live stream on that and everything, but anytime you want to donate to them, I'm sure they're very grateful for any help you can give.
Of course, yes, for sure. Yeah, that's excellent for you putting that together, and of course, all overall, the channel itself, 515 Gaming. Everyone out there, you should definitely subscribe, check it out. A lot of great videos out there, more content coming. Of course, all this news we just talked about, that's going to be on there eventually, someday, right? Especially with the PS5 stuff.
Well, and October's coming up, so what better time to play horror games?
Hell yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, we should try to maybe do Friday the 13th online or something and record it for people. I don't know, a little crossover.
That would be great.
That would be really fun.
Oh, and Predator Hunting Grounds, which is done by the same people that did Friday the 13th.
Cool.
Was just released as a PlayStation Plus exclusive. So excellent. Yay. We've got
That's cool.
I did the demo of that a while ago.
Yeah.
About a year ago when that came out, but I'm going to get some footage on that up there too as well. Might do some live streams.
Absolutely.
So keep
yeah,
an eye
man.
on the channel.
Sure.
Keep an eye on our Facebook page, facebook.com/515gaming, for any updates you want to see on that. So.
Fantastic. Yes. And of course, Steve isn't here to promote his own stuff. Steve's comic blog. I recommend everyone out there to go check it out. Very insightful reviews.
StevesComicBlog.com.
Yes, there you go. He'll use your voice.
Justice. I probably didn't do that justice, Steve. I'm sorry. But go check out his blog. It's awesome.
It is. It's really, really good. He's a great writer. Also, of course, check out Field of Geeks, wherever you download, stream podcasts. And, of course, our website, fieldofgeeks.com. Yeah, we've been in the business for like 6 years. Lots of content out there. Great content. We got movie commentaries too. Star Trek. We have a show we cover, Mission Report. Cover Star Trek with. Also, The Super Unknown. Gets into the mysteries of life, involving true crime, aliens, ghosts, spirits, all that crazy shit that we all love, most of us. And, yeah. And other things, other specials we've done. We've got pretty cool number of shows coming up very soon here. So yeah, please support all of us. We really appreciate it. And thanks everyone for listening today. We'll be back. I'm Josh.
I'm Bill.
And I'm Steve. In the line for triplets.
Yes.
Take care.